Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods. So today's video, I'm not actually sure how it's gonna go. There's a few things that we have to do, but there's a few updates that I wanna show you and how we're progressing. So come on inside, let me show you what's going on. All right, so first thing first, it is Tuesday, February 1st, and it was 50 degrees outside today. So yesterday on Monday, my dad and I got finished with all of the ceiling drywall. And I say ceiling because obviously, as you can see, the gable ends aren't done yet, but at least we could go ahead and return that lift. And it did take me 1 week to finish it, which seems long, but I did work a few days. And like I said, it's just not easy on your own, and my dad was only to make it out for 2 of those days out of the entire week. Hopefully I won't get charged an arm and a leg though. I did return it after hours, and I think Aaron picked it up probably at like noon or something last Monday, so I probably will get charged 1 week and 1 day. But that lift was only like 100 and something, and I think the other lift that was only like 11 footer, that thing was only like 80 something. So not the end of the world, but we did get it done. It was extremely difficult. The lift actually only went up 14 feet and not 15. And I don't know if you can see all the way up there on the roof, but because we did a 16-inch panel over there, we ended up with about a 18 or so inch panel on this side. But since we started on a full panel over there and went up, this last piece up here was like 33 inches. So 8 foot long. That was very difficult for my dad and I to be up all that way without the lift's help really at all. And we had to be on the scaffolding to actually get it done. But regardless, we got it done. So because today was 50 degrees outside, I went ahead and just air sealed everything. So we got spray foam everywhere, all of the cracks. We got all of our little fiberglass hats on for all of these lights up in here now. And unfortunately, I need 2 more of those little hats because either they counted wrong or I was anticipating 1 less. But we only have 1 hat left, and we still have to do all 3 of Aaron's pendant lights that are gonna go over the kitchen island today. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna probably have to get some 2x4 blocking and run those across 2 trusses this way. That way I can bolt the box to the 2x4, because I doubt when we set up the laser line where all 3 of those pendant lights are actually gonna go, I doubt they're gonna fall right on one of those trusses running this way. So we'll do some blocking, we'll get that knocked out, we'll drill those 3 holes. We'll only be able to install 1 of the hats, and then I just have to purchase 2 more. And then real quick, I went ahead and finished up our first door over here. Our hardware came. That is what Aaron picked out. It is a matte black, surprise, surprise. And it is not a actual door knob. It's just one of these guys. And I was surprised she picked that. I'm used to more of the doorknob, you know, instead of just like the lever. And when you're actually standing in here now, it may be kind of weird that you can see, you know, a round handle over there, and then you're gonna see a lever on this side. But that's really, not anyone's really gonna come into the laundry room that often. But as I just got done finished installing it, I walk over here and I go to leave. It literally never even dawned on me that, oh, that's what our front door has. So no wonder why she picked a matte black lever style, because that's the hardware she picked out for the front door. So obviously it only makes sense. That one blew right by me. So good job, Aaron, keeping everything consistent. Now, one little trick I wanted to say, I'm sure most of you guys already know this, but one little trick, shims are very expensive. I was looking at some premium wood shims. They were only in like a packet of 10, and no joke, they were trying to charge like $6 and like 99 cents for just a little tiny pack, not very long shims, and that's just ridiculous. So one little trick of the trade here, you can get an entire bundle, which is actually sitting out in the garage, an entire bundle of cedar shakes. And if you cut them down lengthwise, you can have your own shims. That entire bundle only costs $10, and I can seriously cut up like probably 200-300 of these things. So do not buy shims. Go in the back of the store somewhere, find the real cheap cedar shingle, like shake thingies, rip cut those down, and boom, you'll have all the shims that you'll need for an entire house, and it's only gonna cost you $10. All right, so I'm gonna turn the laser level on. I'm gonna see where these lights need to go. We'll go up in the attic, and I might just drill a little tiny pilot hole up where I want them to go. And then based on that pilot hole, we'll be able to see where I actually have to put the blocking. And then I'll need to figure out how I'm gonna transition from up on the ceiling to down on the floor so that I can actually get the pendant lights spaced out properly. So I'll figure that out here real quick, but hang tight. That's the one thing we gotta do tonight, and then we'll go from there. They're already small enough. They don't have to be that far apart. The further apart you go, the weirder it's gonna look.
Yeah.
They're not that big. So again, if the island is 5 foot wide, then 2.5 feet in is where that line is right now. So if it's 2.5 feet in, then they're centered over 5 feet. But it's gonna look weird if you're looking from this way, because the countertop's gonna be 5 feet, but the cabinet's only gonna be like 4 feet, maybe 3.5.
I think you have to base it off of the island top. They are island pendant lights.
Yeah, but every time you come into that doorway, you're gonna see them. If this is the center of the cabinet, they're gonna be centered over the granite and not over top of the wood cabinet. One of them is gonna be off. If we're doing a breakfast bar this way, so that you can sit underneath of there, then, I mean, yeah, the light directly in the center is gonna be in the center of the granite, but center of the granite or center of the cabinet?
So if it's the center of the granite, then it pulls them this way, right?
No, it's right where it is. Because I went off of 5 feet. If that's our mark there and that's our mark there, I went in, this laser line is 2.5 feet in.
I don't know. I think usually, like when people are looking at it, it's gonna be from coming in over here and like where I am, over there, turned around looking at the kitchen.
Centered of the island this way. This screw is center of the house, so that would be the first pendant light. Center of the house. Center of the house this way, and center of the granite this way. And again, based on their size, what was that? That was 30 inches apart. So if the island is 8 foot long, you're gonna have 30 inches in between each one, but then you're only gonna have 18 inches from the end. So 18, 30, 30, 18. That it?
I think so. I mean, I'm never gonna be positive, but.
Oh, like I said, you can still move the island, kind of. I mean, the island can still be pushed this way or this way before it gets set. Technically, you can still move it left to right also. The only reason why we have the island set that way is because by the time you add on the countertop space off of the wall and the island off the wall, we wanted 4 feet in between the oven and the island. So 4 feet is more than enough for people to walk by and not get in each other's way.
And oven doors to open and all that.
Right. But it can still be slightly modified. So, what did we say, 30 inch? All right, hopefully you guys got all that and that makes sense. So kitchen island is gonna be 8 foot by 5 foot. The cabinet in itself is probably gonna be 2 inches in on the one side, a foot or so in on the other side, so we can have like a breakfast nook and some chairs that you can sit under. And then on each end, I don't know, probably 2 foot overhang also. So 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, and then maybe like a foot or so. So the cabinet's not gonna be that big, but the granite itself will be 5 foot by 8 foot. And then if we set, again, if you can see those screws up there, we set them 30 inches apart. When you're looking down here, that looks very small because you're so far away from 30 inches. But again, those pendant lights aren't that big, so I don't want to space them out too much. But I don't know, that's where they're gonna go because I'm not gonna move it now. I'm gonna go and actually drill the holes in the drywall. So hopefully that made sense, that the lights will be directly over the 5 feet at 2.5 feet in the middle, 30 inches apart, which means when you look at the granite, you'll have about 18 inches that the granite will be hanging over, that the light's obviously not over top of the island. And it is what it is, I guess. So let's go up there, make sure that I didn't just drill a hole into something, and then I can come back down here or go up in there. We'll bore out the hole, and then we can set the boxes down in, and then we can go ahead and put some blocking across and get it nailed in. Oh, how freaking good are these lights up here. They are so bright, I can see everything. I love it so much. All right, perfect. So 3 screws up here. We didn't hit anything. We're just directly into drywall. Looks like the only thing I have to really do is cut out a little bit of the foam so that I can put a piece of blocking strap across this way. But that should be super easy. So go ahead and remove these screws. Let's go ahead and drill some holes down through here. Then we'll cut and drill in some blocking, and then we can attach the plastic bases. And because those pendant lights don't really weigh anything, the plastic bases that I bought, they only have 2 nails that hold in to like a truss, and they're rated at 50 pounds. So more than enough for just a single light bulb to actually hold up. Tighter than I wanted it. Well, it looks like this video is turning into the installation of the Tala lights. So pretty simple. I know I said I was gonna wait on these, but they're easy to break down and take apart when Fred comes over and starts doing all of this taping and mudding. So not really worried about taking them back off, but I just wanna see what they look like. But pretty simple installation. They just come with this little metal U bracket right here that you screw up into your box. Ground your screw out, put your pigtails on, which I did do. So you're connecting your 2 blacks and your 2 whites, 2 grounds together, but then a 3rd wire as a pigtail, shove those up into the box. And then I do usually tape stuff off when, for example, the Tala lights, they use threaded copper wire instead of solid, so you can't really get a good twist on them together. So that's why I use electrical tape and tape them all up together. But like I said, pretty simple and forward. Grounds are done, blacks are done, whites are done. Just set this guy up in here, and then you send a screw in through this side and a screw in through this side through the black housing, and then you're done. The only thing that's gonna super annoy me is I cannot get these wires to go straight. Every one of them is going to be bent for probably quite some time. Unfortunately, the light bulbs are not that heavy, so it's not like it's gonna be able to pull down on it and keep it straight. But I don't know what else to do there. So kind of annoyed by that, but hopefully that's a good height. After you put the bulb on, they're gonna hang down probably a good 4 feet or more. And these ceilings are 10 foot 6 inches tall. So hopefully that's enough that I'm not gonna bump my head on it, obviously, because it's still a good 6+ feet off of the ground. But hopefully it's also low enough that it's a good height off the countertop. But we can adjust it. There's a little bit of room and a set screw on that upper piece of brass. You just kind of pull that set screw out, and then you can push and pull the black wire up and down, which, if I didn't mention this before, if you guys forgot, this stuff is kind of like, it looks like old knob and tube. It's got a cloth type material over top of the wire, and that makes it have a good look to it. And then of course there's a black nylon or whatever on top of that. And then all 3 wires are housed inside of kind of like the Romex. So good stuff, feels good quality. I'm just, again, gonna be super, super, super annoyed that I'm never gonna get these strings to actually hold completely straight. So I don't know, but let's go ahead and attach this last one up, do all the bulbs install, then we'll turn them on and see what they actually look like. Is it gonna drive you nuts that they're never gonna be straight?
Oh, they'll be straight.
How?
I'll get it to that point.
There's never enough weight on there that that's gonna be able to get hung and pulled down and straightened.
I will work my magic, and if that doesn't work, I'll get a hold of Tala and ask him for suggestions.
There's nothing they're gonna say. It's just a copper wire that...
I'll do what I want.
Oh, the breaker's off. Let me go turn it on, and hopefully the switch is off. All right, so they're not on, so that means we can get Aaron's first reaction. And these ones are on a dimmer switch. So as you can see, it's pretty bright in here. So early in the morning, got to go to work or something, you don't want all these lights on. You can just come over here and turn these ones on, but put them on a dimmer switch so they're not super bright. So can't really see how we're gonna get this going on good. All right, it scared me for a second because
That's so good. Turn them back on.
they're on, but it freaked me out because I turned the switch on, but the dimmer was all the way down. And I was like, oh crap, what did I do wrong? So, well, hold on, you hold and get a shot. Why are you freaking out?
Did you look at them?
I don't know, it looks like a little lightning bolt. Should you want them all max power or slowly bring the dimmer up?
Bring the dimmer up. Let's have some drama.
There's something wrong with that bulb.
You know, I noticed that when you took it out of the box, I tried to dust it off. I thought, why does this look dusty? And then I thought, no, I'm just making that up in my head. Shit.
Yeah, that one is all completely cloudy on the inside, and these ones are clear. It's even like a wet fog on the inside. I wonder what will happen if over time it heats up, but I would so call them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's actually wet. It is, there's water in there. Why would the bulb have water in it?
At some point it wasn't sealed properly?
Yeah, but where would it have picked up moisture?
The change in temperature in the garage? I don't know.
It ain't sealed.
I don't know that that's picking up the best on camera. It might be too bright. I gotta contact Tala. That sucks.
Well, just in case Tala ever goes out of business, we are going to purchase more bulbs anyway. That way we just always have them on stock. But that one, I don't know if you can pick that up on camera with how bright it is, but there's definitely water condensation in that bulb and not in those other two. They're very clear. So we're gonna have to just get another one and get more on standby just in case. But that's interesting that a bulb can absorb moisture like that, but that's weird. But hopefully you guys got her reaction. She clearly liked them. It's nice to see when they get fired up. They're like a very low little lightning bolt. They're definitely more in the 2700 Kelvin range, but with just those on, you can clearly come out here and get some breakfast or a late night snack, and it's not too bright everywhere. So I think that's good.
Those are the f***ing shit. Those are, yes. Damn. Those are beautiful. Wait.
All right, so ultimate question. Do you want a short video of just installing these and turning them on like you asked before, or keep going with a video and have it be longer with something else in it?
We should try a short one. I don't know.
All right, so apparently undecided. So, well, let's try it out. Let's see how much footage we got today for you guys. Short little video, installation of Tala lights. So if you like the video and you like these little short ones, hit the thumbs up. Hit us up on NeckofTheWoods 2020 if you got anything to say about this stuff, or down in the comments here on YouTube. And subscribe if you're not already. Get that bell on, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.